Now, I've obviously heard about the Sir Alex Ferguson hairdryer treatment, but I've never heard of the Barassi Spray. Have you? I've got two clips here. The first one is after the first quarter in a Norths match. And I always wonder when I watch sports like AFL and Rugby, Union and League, why the managers and the coaches don't come down and tactically talk about the game. And you obviously sit in football because the managers are on the sideline. But here's an example of Barassi coming down and laying the law, basically.
That's bloody right. Daryl, you are a... I'll tell you why. You've got the bloody football game beaten. You've come down here, not concentrated. The ball goes out towards the Carlton small man. You stay back with your man. You could have got to the Carlton small man, but I know I'm going to protect myself. I don't mind a bloke going bad, Darryl, but to me, it's probably because you're bloody not switched on properly. Now you get over and try and mind the bloody forward pocket, okay?
So what's interesting is actually what he's saying is tactical, however, demonstrating what he did wrong and then what he has to do. And actually, this is a very basic coaching technique. However, this incorporates a little bit of swearing and adrenaline and frustration from him. But the idea is actually spot on. And as a football coach myself, you're taught you show them what they did wrong and then show them what to do right. And obviously you can't technically show them because it's during a match. But the technique is right. But you can see the passion that Barassi has. And I sometimes look at the coaches and managers sat up high with their computers and headsets on. And I'm thinking, your team is getting destroyed. And you're showing absolutely no passion and very little frustration. And it doesn't seem... I know that they have the comms that then they go down and speak to the people down below that then can talk to players. But I want to see those head coaches or managers get down onto the field and actually screaming at the players tactical advice and everything to help them improve their performance. So I like this, that he's actually down with them at the end of the first quarter.
Stephen, you go to centre-half back and you go to full-back. You weren't anywhere near that bloke. They're playing 4 yards from him. And he's a good lead, and it comes out from the bloody back line very well. Keith, you've done the typical bloody thing. The ball's gone over. Oh, I couldn't come back to me. You could have run and intercepted that first goal.
Pick as a winner.
Or second goal, what it was. And you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? That's bloody right. Now, if you blokes think I'm stirred up, you're bloody right. You're bloody right. If you are bloody fierce in your desire to do it right, you do it. Now, that's not how the bloody forward line do well, and that bloody back line play. This is too big a match, and too much money at stake for their bloody be like that. That bloody forward line's playing tremendous. Kevin Bryant, fantastic.
Here's the second clip, and you can clearly see, before I've even played the video, that Barassi is coming on, even with crutches, because he has got some, hairdryer treatment of his own to dish out. Straight away, though, you can see the passion this guy has for his role.
Many chance. There's Barassi going out now. He won't give in.
The angry ant.
Well, he won't give in.
Well, it's the first time I've ever seen a bloke break even time on crutches.
But
here he goes.
Look. Well, he's giving his players a payout, and I wouldn't mind betting it's the forward line too, because they're not doing the right thing. He's giving Burns a nice spread out there too, because he dropped a couple of easy marks.
I'll tell you what, I bet his doctor's had a heart seizure. He said, what's the use of trying to patch him up?
Well, I'll guarantee none of the players want a back answer either, because even though he's going quick at Burns, you don't know whose turn it is next.
You know, if it was anybody else, you'd say they were putting on an act for the public. I'll tell you, he is completely oblivious to the 80,000 people who are here today. He wouldn't even know that the crowd gave him a cheer then. He would be absolutely unconscious of that. His objective is to win.
This is the point, though, and this is what I'm trying to get at. I know you can see better from higher up in these big pitches, fields. You can see higher up. I get that. However, if you're in charge of a team, ultimately, the buck stops at you if your team loses. And I love that he's going on the pitch to deal with his players, at the interval, at the break, at the end of the quarters. That's brilliant, because he needs to be imposing his tactical advice, but also give them a kick up the arse. It is needed, and it's such a shame that you don't see that now. I've seen games where teams are playing so bad, and what they really need is a massive kick up the arse.
But Ian Thorogood, I reckon he's pulled a couple of master strokes.
Well, it's not over yet. There's only, 7 points the difference. That's a long way from the finish.
Barassi was clearly a brilliant manager of players. Sometimes you have to get aggressive and frustrated at players to make them realise that they aren't playing well enough. It's not always the right attitude to have and the right way to approach players, but sometimes it is needed. Clearly he does it. He did it often because the commentators knew, and the way the commentators spoke about how he's probably not even noticing the fans cheering or the 80,000 in the stadium. Now, I don't know how well he did as a manager with his teams, but I would like to think he did well and he got the best out of his players. When they weren't playing well enough, he stepped up to the mark and did his job and helped his team in his manner to do better. What are your thoughts on Ron Barassi? Please let me know. Do you remember him storming on the pitch with his crutches? What did he win? Please let me know as well, because obviously I don't know. I've just watched these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.